Last week I went to cinema theater with a friend of mine to watch a movie. It was Michael Jackson, the movie. It was great. Me and my friend, we enjoyed the heck out of the movie. We were like laughing. We were not laughing. We were like being emotional in the movie, right? Because both of us grow around, Michael Jackson era, and we love the movie. We love his songs. We like the dances. Like we are boomers. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. But it was a great movie. I enjoyed so much. And after I finished the movie, I said like bye bye to my friend who is going to school back. I don't know, and I was going back home. I was walking by myself on the street and I kept thinking that Michael Jackson reminds me of someone. The more I thought of it, I was like, yo, this guy reminds me of someone that I'm watching recently, like a show that I'm watching recently. And you'd be surprised who's that person. So that person was Homelander from The Boys. Anyway, it reminded me of Homelander. I'm like, dude, what the heck? And before you say anything, before like you'll be like, oh, hold your horses, or like you type something in the comment section. Whatever you wanna do, calm down, hear me out, chill. There is something that I found, okay, and you would be surprised. Actually, you would be not really. You would be. I think you might see it later or might not see it. It's up to you, okay? But I'm gonna talk about like 4 points: their childhood trauma, their coping mechanism, and their self-modification, and lastly how they differ, like how all of that changed them on to, I don't know, two distinct people. Okay, so I'm gonna start with Michael Jackson. I watched the movie, as I said, and I watched the documentary. I know Michael Jackson for a long time, okay? I like that guy, okay? I remember back in my school, the way I know about him is like, there was a time, like a drama in 2010, where everybody was saying, like, influencers, or like teacher in my school, in my like tafis or whatever, he said that Michael Jackson, like he was talking about role models, and he said something about, hey, do not choose like a wrong model, because it will reflect the type of person you are. And he was listing some bad role models, okay, some like criminals, whatever, and he listed freaking Michael Jackson in it. Why? Because he's the P word, like sketch, who, like careful guys. I was maybe, I think 10, 11, 12, something around that age, okay? I didn't know Michael Jackson at all, okay? I knew about the moonwalk because it was viral. I know about the Smooth Criminal, that song, okay? That's all I think I know. But later on, after I did my own research, I believe he's a good guy, okay? That's what I know about Michael Jackson, okay? When I know about Michael Jackson, I had to read more about his bibliography, or like his story before that. He did not really experience a childhood that every child would have, or like experience, like me, for example. He didn't really grow up like playing with, I don't know, playing with friends, or his father. He was too strict on him, to the point where like everything he does, it's just works. I mean, as work, I'm talking about like, you have to sing, you have to dance, you have to perform, you have to do whatever like your dad say, right? Because your dad, like his dad, Joe, I think Joseph, yeah, Joe wanted to make him into an idol, into like someone that is gonna be appreciated, or something that is big in the future, right? But he neglected the fact that he's raising a child, like he's a, I don't know, like a toddler, like I don't know, someone that is young, right? Not a toddler, but someone that is young, right? And because of that, he carried a lot of trauma. Because of that, he used to look at kids like playing outside his house, and all he had to do is just sing and sing and sing. But he didn't like. He was like a miskin guy. He was like a poor, not necessarily poor. He was kind. Okay, he couldn't really do much. He's a child. Okay, and his dad is strict, right? If you want to do something, his dad like just like tell him like, he'll just whoop his ass. He asked him like, there was a shot in the movie where the dad asked him like, yo, go bring the belt from, I don't know, that one place, and then he brought it to him, like he beat him up. And it reminds me of my dad, because okay, it's just like, I don't know, maybe it's a black people, like black parents thingy, but I know like when I was in my school, people used to like laugh about like our parents and so on, like how we get our ass whooped. And he used to say like, oh, my dad always asked me like to go pick up the radio, go to the radio, pick the cable out, plug it out, and bring it back to him. And the thing is, the radio usually for us, it used to play Quran, like some, I don't know, holy verses and so on, right? And my mom always say like, before you turn off the radio, you have to wait until the verse finish, then you can turn the radio off, like I don't know, for whatever I want to do, right? So when my dad tells me to do that, I have to go to the radio, listen to the verse, wait until it finishes, so more respect and so on, then plug it out, bring back the cable to my dad, and he beats me up. and I can do anything. Okay, so it's understandable. Okay, he had a strict dad, and he couldn't really do much because he was a child. He really dreamed of having like things that a child would have, like friends. He used to look outside and Michael Jackson, and he just wanted friends, right? Later on, he become famous. People, like, he could have gotten friends, right? But the thing is, there's a time where his mom asked like, why don't you go, I don't know, like have friends outside, or like, talk to people and so on. But he said something that was very sad, and he said something about when he tried to make friends, people asking for autographs. People really see him as like Michael Jackson, that one guy who is a normal child. He just, they just see him as a celebrity now. And it was sad, okay? Because of that, there's like a lot of ways, because of his dad, like, I don't know, because I don't know, he's socially awkward, I think. Was he socially awkward? I don't know. He didn't really have friends, okay? Because of that, he tried to cope with it, okay? He tried to have a way where he can make friends. How did he do it? He used to like this book called Neverland something, okay? And this Neverland is just about Peter Pan, like exploring the world, like having friends out across the sea, everywhere, right? And he liked animals, right? Peter Pan likes animals, and because of that, he tried to have friends. And it's a way of Michael trying to cope with, like him not having friends. So he had like a lot of animals. He had like a llama, elephant. He had like monkey. It's a famous like animal that he had. I forgot the name, but yeah, he had a monkey. He had friends. That's the way he tried to cope with his loneliness, right? He's not really loneliness. He's like, he doesn't really have friends, and his father always forced him to work. And his father, that really didn't seem as like only like as some products, okay, which I will discuss later on, okay. Meanwhile, Homelander, on the other hand, he was a lab rat. He was a product of a lab. He was locked in a room. The only people he knows are just researchers, doctors, people who just want to do horrible, terrific things on him just to see if I don't know, this drug would work on him, or like how strong his body is and so on. Later on, he grew up to a point where like he wanted to achieve what they wanted him to be, a perfect human being, okay? Perfect soup. I don't know, in the boys' terms. Because of that, there's like several times where he thinks about his past and how like the amount of horrible things people would do to him, to a child like him. And I don't want to spoil anything, but he did not experience a good childhood, okay? And at the same time, he tried to cope with it, okay? This is this famous scene where he tried to drink a lot of, I don't know, he likes baby milk somehow. Because he didn't really have the feeling of parent, like a mother or a father, right? So he tried to cope with it in his own way. He tried to also have like this fake smile, but he goes everywhere, and he has like put it on like everywhere because he want to feel loved, he want to feel appreciated, right? And that's like what his fans do to him, and that's what the company expects him to do, right? So whenever like he does that, he feels appreciated by people, and like it makes his team like self-esteem, like I don't know, he feels better about himself, right? Later on, the similarities that I found, like you can kind of see like these people like Michael Jackson and the Homelander didn't really have great I don't know, childhood, and it kind of affected the person who become, right? There's also the self-modification part where Michael Jackson didn't even like part of his body, which is his nose. His daddy used to call him, like bully him, like saying like, yo, something big nose, like why did you do that big nose? To the point where like when he grew up, he had money, he went like to a surgeon, a cosmetic surgeon, and was like, yo, can you like change this? I don't really like this. And it's something that like some people would think of doing, but it's understandable, okay? But he did it. He modified himself to the point where he just want to feel better about himself, okay? And the same goes for Homelander, where he has to fake this smile, like he didn't really change anything in his particular body because he's
perfect, everything down to the last minute details.
It's more of his own self-esteem, right? But later on, you would notice that although they have similarities, you can see like how things departure, like how things like are different from each one of them, okay? But they both seek love, they both seek validation from other people, okay? Both of them, they want to do things in their own way, okay? Michael Jackson, they didn't want to be under his parents, and not only his parents, sorry, under his father, because his father was too strict on him. He was like telling him like things to do and so on, and He just wants to do the things in his own way. Same goes for Homelander, where there is that one scene where he says like, I'm smarter, I'm better.
I am better!
Which means that, he doesn't want to be like a puppet to Vault International, like that, the company he works in, right? If you really think of it, they were both seen as product. Joe Jackson, he saw him as like his father. He saw him as something like that makes a lot of money, right? Same goes for Homelander. They saw him as a product, although like they see like, oh, he's a failed product, whatever, right? The point here that both of them were like their products. They were never meant to feel like to look seen as humans. They were like, hey, you're brought to this world, you have to do this, you have to do that. You cannot look different in a way where like you cannot like not follow my plan, or like you cannot do whatever you want to do your own self. So that's why they want to do things by their own self. But if you look at it, Michael Jackson, he tried to do things in his own way, okay? He tried to, I don't know, separate himself from the Jackson 5. The Jackson 5 is like, I don't know, band or his dad made. And it's like consists of his 5 kids, right? Including Michael. He just wants to just leave that place like under his dad, and he wants to make his own music, his own dances, his own everything, right? Because, and it is that everything's restrictive. He wants to feel himself. He wants to make a way where a person like him can change the world. If he says and his dad, he would do like the same thing over and over. He might make money for him, but he wants to like take things to a different level, right? There is a quote, I don't know the exact quote, like a quote sentence, but he said something like he wants to change the world with the power, I don't know, music and dancing. And it was like, wow, he said that in a movie. It's like so strong, how would someone would change that, with the power of music and dances. But if you look at the day today, his music impacted the freaking pop culture. Like there is a lot of people that look up to him, when he was alive too. People like when they go to his concert, they just completely go crazy. Like I don't know, his music levitates people. He makes music to the point where everybody just fell in love with not only the music himself, like the person himself. They like the person he is, right? And that's how he gets the love and validation. Whenever he sees his fans, he doesn't see them as fans. He sees them as family, as like people he want to do, who make them happy, or like he want to achieve like something greater too, so he can make the world a better place. And you can see that in a lot of stories about like hospitals he's visited, like, or like I don't know, children, like kids like he take care of and so on, right? But if you look at Homelander, that freaking narcissist guy who only thinks about perfection, everything that he wants to do in his own way just goes downhill, like to like shithole, okay? Whenever he wants to do something that want to reflect on his own self, or want to make him better, like make him loved, it doesn't turn out any good in a way. So I don't want to spoil anything in the story, but he ends up killing people so he can feel better, or like he can feel emotionally stable, okay? His self-modification part was destructive, where for Michael Jackson it was constructive in a way. He want to make things better, he want to build things up, right? But this guy want to burn the entire world down just so he can just feel love and validated by even like 1%. Like there are people like who was special to him, like that later on introduced in the series. Those people kind of put him in place, but still, like, I don't know, okay, I don't really watch the series, I'm like in season 4, but there's a point where there are people like, if they don't pay him, they just die. People lived in fear. People lived in fear and intimidation. It's the opposite side of Michael Jackson. How he built like for others. He tried to make things for himself to make it, I don't know, to make the world better place. I think you get the point, right? This guy constructs something, that guy destroys something, okay? Those people somehow experience bad childhood. They had like some childhood trauma. One of them tried to take it positively, the other one take it negatively, okay? So that's something I thought of the other night when I was walking back home. I don't want to say this, but it's reflects to everyone else. It's not only these two. Like you could see like a lot of examples in the story where like your childhood matters, like the experience that you have in your childhood matters somehow. Like, you know, like those nostalgic videos that you watch in, or like I don't know, memories that you see, and it kind of awakens a little child of you. That means that everybody has like a child that in the in like a small child in their, I don't know, body that want to experience or like they want to relive whatever they didn't live. It's like when you didn't have like, I don't know, the ability to have, I don't know, PS2 like back in the days, right? And you're so broke like me, right? So okay, oh my god. Anyway, so you're so broke, but you know, like in the future, like you want to have, like, just say other people to experience the same things that you didn't experience, right? So one person like want to, yeah, like Michael want to make people like experience happiness, but that one for Homelander, he didn't experience happiness. He want to experience it only him for himself, and other people can go, I don't know, they can go, they die, they can die, you know, he doesn't really care. Okay, so that's something I thought of. And okay, this might be controversial, I'm gonna end the video with this, but same goes with that Australian painter, you know. If you really look at his story, he didn't even have a great childhood. His dad was a bully. Like his mom kind of, I don't know, something happened with his mom, like, you know, and so on. Like there's like a lot of things that built him to become what he was, right? And did whatever he did right now, right? So point is, someone's childhood matters and it shapes the person who he is. And nobody is born like this way, like nobody is born nice, nobody is born, of course, like everybody's like have like some stats, like it's a game, right? Somebody like, I don't know, has like kindness level, anger level, something like that, okay, depending on some physical, I don't know, like some hormones, whatever, right? But it's who you can control, and it's others, like the environment, that kind of shape the person who you are. Yeah, that's something I thought of. I hope it makes sense. Yeah, thank you for watching. I don't know, see you guys, bye.